So let me just set myself up. That's pretty sick right there. All right guys, so I'm going to continue with the trick series videos, and basically what I want to talk about is, I think I got a comment maybe a couple videos back where it was like, can you walk me through the process of how to go through dive through a gap? That's basically what it was. And and I kind of found a gap that I've never flown before, so I thought this would be a cool video, kind of do that trick. So I'm going to walk you through a few of the steps that I would take in order to set yourself up for a gap dive and not die in the process of doing that. So we'll start with some simple steps, and if you like these type of videos, let me know in the comments, give me a like and all that, and share the video too. It's helpful for other people to find this type of content. So anyways, let's get right into it. Okay, so I never have flown here before, but I was just scoping this thing out and I saw this gap right here. I thought it'd be, I don't know, pretty cool to kind of use it and do a video on how to dive a gap. So as you can see right there, that's kind of like a gap dive I was thinking about doing. So let's just hop right into kind of just the fundamentals on how to get used to it. And I don't know, hopefully it turns out to be a good instructional video for people to kind of learn that. So the first thing I would do in this situation is, I'm kind of used to diving gaps that are much more smaller than this, so this doesn't really terrify me as much. So, but the one thing I would say is that you probably want to start by just going through the gap itself in the easiest manner. So the easiest manner would be this right here for me. Just go through it and just get a feel for it. Do a few power loops through it the easiest way. And, you know, just go through it, flow through it, around it, whatever. Just get familiar with it. And then what you could do is you kind of gain confidence to set yourself up for the gap dive. So the best way that I think that I could line this gap dive up is essentially go through this line right here and maybe do something like right here. Right? That's a good one right there. So you also want to think about how you want to line yourself up when you do this type of tricks. The easiest way, the hardest way, the best shot, etc. For me, I think that we could possibly, for the easiest and best shot, would be just do some type of lineup from that direction and then dive through it. Now, that's kind of what I would do when I begin to, you know, gap dive, is that first you want to make sure you're comfortable doing this trick with trees and stuff, and then move on to concrete areas and such. So that's what I would do first, is, you know, go through this the easiest way you know how, flip through it, roll through it, whatever you want to do. And then once you kind of get familiar with that, maybe you can kind of think about, okay, well, what do I want? How do I want to set myself up? Is someone coming? You kind of want to set yourself up and figure out the best line. And I know that's kind of like easy. It's very difficult to do at first, but it gets easier as you kind of progress. So what I want to do with this, maybe even just to carry on a bit, once you kind of got comfortable with it, is I want to use these staircases in some manner. So basically what I'm thinking about here is, maybe for this line, the best method is you go through here, do some type of gap dive, like that. Watch out for the pillars, and do a cool trick out of the staircase. So that's kind of what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna do a little bit better with this line here real quick. So let me just set myself up. That's pretty sick right there. So what I did right there is basically I just ran through kind of like the fundamentals, right? And then I applied my advanced kind of tricks to it. And essentially just added Rubik's Cube out of the gap. you kind of want to build yourself up, and once you kind of build yourself up, you know, get used to the gap, it's easier to kind of put a line together and make it look a little bit cool with some tricks and stuff. So hopefully that was fun, hopefully that was insightful, and if you like this video, let me know in the comments, and see you guys next one. Peace.
I've been caught up in this life, don't speak my mind enough. I'm trying to keep pushing on me down.